BSc 10 Maths. This is my sister Tina Lovers. She teaches 8 Maths. Alright, now let's jump into the video. Today we are going to be learning exercise 4.1 first question 7th subdivision. Okay, so let's read the question. Check whether the following are quadratic equations. So we are supposed to check whether it is a quadratic equation or not. Okay, so today we are going to be solving the 7th subdivision. So the 7th subdivision is bracket x plus 2 the whole cube is equal to 2x bracket x square minus 1 close the bracket. So this is the 7th subdivision. Okay, so here as you guys can see, you guys can notice something. So here we have x plus 2 the whole cube. So here we have cube and we have the x plus 2 like that variable and a constant term. Am I right? So it is a simple thing, of course you guys know, but here we can just apply a formula. So what is that formula? So note down, here we have cube, so don't get confused between the cube and square formula. Okay, so here we have a different formula, that is a plus b the whole cube. Am I right? So it is cube, that is the difference right over here, is equal to a cube plus b cube plus 3ab into a plus b close the bracket. Okay, so this is the formula. We are going to be applying this formula right over here. Okay, so here what is the a value? So a value and the b value. So what do you guys think? What is the a value? So the a value here it is x. Okay, so it is x. And what is the b value? So the b value here it is 2. Okay, so we are going to be solving it. So here when you just look at it, here we can't just do anything. We are supposed to multiply 2x with x square as well as this minus 1. Okay, it's a simple thing. So how we did it in the first and second subdivisions. Okay, so like that we are going to be multiplying. Okay, so it is going to be a little bit long. Why? Because here the formula it is a little bit big. Am I right? But it is really easy to solve if you guys know to solve the integers. Okay, so first of all we have a cube. So what is the a cube a value? So the a value is x. So it is x cube. Why? Because here we have cube, so that's why it is cube, and then plus b cube. So what is the b value? So the b value is 2. So it is plus 2 cube. Okay, and then we have plus 3 into a into b. Am I right? So we shall write plus 3 as it is, and here we have a into b. So what is the a value? A value is x and the b value is 2. So we are supposed to write it in bracket as it is in the multiplication form. Okay, so it is x into 2. Okay, so because the b value is 2, and then we have bracket plus a plus b close the bracket. Okay, so here the a value is x, the b value is 2. Okay, so we can just put bracket. So bracket means multiplication, note down that. So a is x plus and the b value is 2 close the bracket is equal to, here also we have few terms. Am I right? So we are supposed to solve this also. So first of all we are going to be multiplying 2x with the x square. Why? Because it is in the multiplication form, because it has a bracket. So 2x into x square is 2x cube. Here we have x, only one x. So here we have square x. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So it is 2x cube. Okay, so let me just write 2x cube. So why? Because we just multiply the variable. Okay, so 2x cube, and then we have minus 1 right away. So 2x into minus 1. First of all let's multiply only the numbers. Okay, so 1 into 2 is 2, and we have one x. We can just write the x as it is. And now what we have? We have minus, here we have plus. So plus into minus is minus. So it is minus 2x. Okay, I hope you guys understood this. So now we are going to be multiplying these things and all. Okay, so first of all let's write x cube as it is, and let's write, so what is 2 cube? 2 cube means 2 into 2 into 2. So 2 into 2 into 2 is 8. Okay, so let me just write it. So 2 into 2 into 2. So 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. Okay, so like that it is 8. So 8 plus, so here we have 3 into x into 2. So what is 3? So here we have 3 into x into 2. Am I right? So first of all, let's multiply the numbers. So I am just multiplying the numbers first. Why? Because it will be easy for us. Okay. So 3 2s are, it is 6, and we have x here. So when we just multiply 6 into x, of course it is 6. Okay. And then we have bracket x plus 2 and close the bracket is equal to, here we can just write these things as it is. Okay, so now we shall write x cube as it is plus 8, and here we have plus 6x, and we have in bracket we have x plus 2. Am I right? So we can just multiply this one. Okay, so first of all we are going to be multiplying 6x into x. So 6x into x is 6x square. So let me just write once again. So it is 6x square. Okay, why? Because x into x is x square. Okay, and then we have 6x into 2. Okay, so 6 2s are, it is 12, so it is plus 12x. Okay, so 6 2s are 12 and we have only one x, so I just wrote the x, and here it is plus. Why? Because plus into plus is plus. Okay, so it is plus 12x. Okay, so now we can just write 2x cube as it is and minus 2x as it is. So now as you guys can see, we just solved everything. Am I right? So we are going to be getting these things to the left side. Why are we getting to the left side? Then only we will get the proper answer. Okay, then only we can just subtract them, add them, or cancel them. Okay, so we shall write x cube as it is plus 8 plus 6x square plus 12x. So when we get this 2x cube to the left side, it changes into minus 2x cube. Okay, when we get this minus 2x to the left side, it changes into plus 2x is equal to 0. So here when you just look at it, we are going to be finding the like terms. So whatever variables, whether it is similar or not. Okay, so if it is similar, we can just solve it. Okay, first we have x cube term. So when you just look at it, we have x cube term right over here. So we can just solve it. Okay, so here we have plus, here we have minus. So plus and minus is minus. Then we are supposed to minus 1 minus 2. Okay, why? Because here the coefficient is 1, so we are supposed to subtract 1 minus 2. So 1 minus 2 is 1. So let me just write it. So 1 minus 2 is 1, and then here we have x cube. Am I right? So we can just write x cube as it is. Okay, no need to write 1. Why? Because 1 minus 2 is 1, but no need to write 1. Why? Because the coefficient of x cube is 1, so no need to write that. Okay, what about the sign? So here we have here the coefficient is 1, so it has plus sign. Here the coefficient is 2, it has minus sign. So which is the greatest number? So the greatest number is 2. So of course if the greatest number has some has a sign, then it is, we are supposed to write that sign. Okay, so here the greatest number is 2, which is a minus sign, so we can just write the minus sign as it is. Next one, we have plus 8. So here we don't have a constant term. Constant term means a numerical value, a number. Okay, so plus 8 as it is, and then next we have plus 6x square. So we are going to be finding the x square term. So do you guys think we have a x square term? Nah, we don't have a x square term. Okay, so we can just write the plus 6x square as it is, and next one we have 12x. So here we have x term, so here also we have one x term. Am I right? So we can just solve this one. Okay, so plus and plus is plus, then we are supposed to add 12 plus 2. 12 plus 2 is 4. Sorry, 12 plus 2 is 14. Okay, I'm sorry for that. So 12 plus 2 is 14, and we have x, we can just write the x as it is, and here the greatest number is 12, it has a plus sign, so we can just write the plus as it is equal to 0. Okay, so now what we can do is, So from now on we can't just solve anything, am I right? So here everything we have cube term and we have a constant, we have x squared term and we have x term. We can't just solve it, am I right? So what we can just do is we can just stop it right over here. Okay, so what we can do is we can just compare with the standard form. So now what we can do is we can just write it in the order wise. Okay, first we should write the x cube term and then we are supposed to write the x square term, that is plus 6x square, and then we are supposed to write x term, that is plus 14x, and then at last we are supposed to write the constant term is equal to 0. Okay, so we are supposed to write it in the order wise, then only it will be easy. Okay, and then only we can just see the correct format. Okay, so whenever you get answer, it will be in the mixed form. So here when you just look at it, the constant term, it is in the it is right over here, am I right? But the constant term, it should be the last, and here x square is here and the x term is here. Okay, so we are supposed to write it in this order wise. Okay, so now we can just compare with the standard form. Okay, so what is the standard form? So the standard form is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a it should not be equal to 0. Okay, so this is the standard form. So here when you just look at this equation, so here first the standard form has ax square, but here we have x cube, am I right? So we have x cube, that means according to the standard form it should have x square at first, but here we have x cube, am I right? Here we have a cube, am I right? Instead of cube, a square was there, means of course we can just say it is a quadratic equation, then it will be proper form. But unfortunately we have cube right over here. So if it is having a cube, then of course it is not a quadratic equation. Okay, so we are supposed to arrange it and we are supposed to conclude it only by the standard form. Okay, no need to think about other things. I mean, in quadratic equation we have similar things like this. Don't need to confuse with that. Okay, so remember, according to the standard form only we are supposed to check it. Okay, that's why here they mention we are supposed to check it whether it is a quadratic equation. We are supposed to use the standard form. But here we have ax square plus bx plus c. First x square term and x term and constant term. But here first of all we have x cube term, and then we have x square term and x term and the constant term. Okay, so no matter what, the first is whether it is x cube or whether it is something else like x power 4, those things, and all, if it is there means it is wrong. Why? Because according to the standard form the first term has to be x square and then x and then the constant. Why? Because only these three terms are allowed in the allowed in the standard form. Only these three terms are there. But here we have four terms. This one right over here, right over here, right over here, right over here. So we have four terms. That means it is not a quadratic equation. Why? Because according to the standard form it should have the first one should be x square term and then x and then constant term. But here everything it is in a mixed way. So first only we have x cube term and then x square. So it is like complicated. Am I right? So of course you can just conclude it is not a quadratic equation. Why? Because according to the standard form first it should be x square, but unfortunately here it is x cube. So it is not a quadratic equation. Okay, so we can just write hence it is not a quadratic equation. Okay, I hope you guys understood this. So standard form is the important thing in this. Okay, so if you guys know the standard form, then you can just solve it. But remember, according to the standard form only we can just conclude, we can't just take anything else. Okay, so here first if it is x square, then the answer it has to be x square, the first one, and it has to be the x term after that x square. After x square it is x term and then constant term, and this is also important where a it should not be equal to 0. So a it should not have a coefficient, it should not have a value that is 0. Okay, if it is having a value that is 0, then it is not a quadratic equation. Okay, I hope you guys understood this. So here, no, if you guys remember this formula, and here if you guys remember the standard form, that is really important. If you guys remember these things and all, no, these formulas, then you can just solve it. Okay, so remember this formula. Okay, so here this is somewhat complicated. If you guys just try this some again and again, then you can just memorize that formula. Okay, so hence we prove that it is not a quadratic equation.
Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like this video, share it to your friends and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have any doubt, you can comment me in the comment section. You can find my videos in the playlist. You can also find my sister Tina's videos in the playlist.